Hello, and welcome once again to another episode of Third Action. I'm your lovely host, Jason, and these are the same three businessmen and business lady, I guess, business cat lady, that were here last week. I did not set that up, but in the bottom left we have Regan Belladonna, Academy Wizard, played by Char.
I think she's also in the bottom left.
Yes.
She's caught down below. No pictures for you.
I apparently forgot to start a streamer bot to handle all my automations. So
Will just doesn't even
I'm
have a
fixing that.
picture.
Yeah, it's just how I set it up. There we go. All right, we're fixed.
There I am. Aha.
Okay. In the bottom middle, we have Mayhem, Vigilante Fighter, played by Will.
I'm just businessing, as one does.
Excellent, excellent. And always to the meeting on time, Felix Milos, played by Alex. Hello.
Just have to make sure my microphone's always working.
Important.
A good thing to check before every Zoom call. All right, so last time on Third Action. That's not my buttons. Hello. Last time on Third Action, our group of intrepid businessmen made their way to back to the Eel's End to attempt to strike a deal with Devargo. In order to do that, you realize you need to set up some kind of meeting, so you decided to try to make a deal with Rajik, one of the two brothers in charge of the Twin Tigers, the casino ship at Eel's End. He was impressed enough with your performance at Knivesies and decided to make a counter offer and attempt. He wanted you to basically assist him in doing a little bit of game rigging in Knivesies, which you reluctantly agreed to. And in exchange, he is offered to have you have a meeting with Devargo himself. And because you helped him out enough, he gave you a few little pointers on your way in. And I believe that's basically where we are. So the party is attempting to get some kind of information, hopefully some hard evidence of whatever it is the ambassador is up to use as potential blackmail to get him to stop his forthcoming trade embargo suggestions that he's plotting to make towards Corvosa. So let's see. Let's go ahead and just jump right in. I guess this week, because sometimes we don't roll a bunch in an episode, I kept the powers from last week, but last week was brought to us by the publican, a nice little Bruin dwarf there. And we still have active the dance and the fool. The fool, when you successfully hit an enemy, you can make them stupefied and clumsy. The dance, at the start of your turn, everybody can stride at half speed. And the publican lets you boost a diplomacy or deception or any kind of conversational check. So that might be useful today. All right, let's go ahead and jump over to the map. So, you guys were approaching the front door of the Eel's End, the main ship. And let me go and actually bring you to the zoomed-in map here. Alright, so you're at the front doors here, and Rajik has led you up to them. And they should be unlocked, and he will push them open for you. And actually, let's go and use this one. So, as the doors swing open, you hear some raucous laughter and conversation as you step forward and enter the sort of throne room, as it appears to be, of the Eel's End. To either side of you are what's going on there? Sorry, let me change my camera mode. Okay. To either side of you are two long tables filled like with a spread of various fish, breads, and cheeses, and a handful, looks like 6, recruits that are here, seemingly hopeful to appease Mr. Barvasi and join his gang. DeVargo himself seems to be seated at the far end on a fairly fancy-looking throne. It has the sort of artifice. It's clearly made of wood, but it has the artifice of being made of like large bones. And he's seated kind of like legs wide, like man-spreading. A goblet of wine in one hand, and just kind of lazily watching over the recruits here. And to his right is some kind of large cage, with which seems to be a singular, like, small purple creature inside, sitting on one of those like bird swings. All right, come this way. Yes, DeVargo, sir. I have brought you these. They have been doing quite a bit of help recently on the ship, and have wished to do some business with you. Yes, and he turns to look at you, realizing that he hasn't quite decided how to approach this. They are quite interested in, I believe, finding out or making some deals in particular with you. I will leave them with you, but trust me, they have everyone's best interest at heart. Please, you may. And he'll kind of back away to allow you to speak. DeVargo, for his part, kind of perks up a little bit. Guests. I haven't had those in a bit. Go ahead. Speak your case to me.
Thank you for granting us audience, DeVargo. We come here as 3 different business people, all of whom have a common enemy, if you will, in various problems around the city we find ourselves, with a chilaxian pain in our collective sides. And we were wondering if we might be able to do a little bit of business on our own to alleviate ourselves of that common pain.
Business is fine and good. He's gonna eye you over for a sec as you're talking. Let's see what is.
Put on my winningest grin.
Okay. There it is. Okay. He looks you over, trying to seemingly ascertaining, like, does he know who you are? Looking at your clothes, at your faces. All right. Come a bit closer.
Go ahead and step forward up to.
Okay, how do you do that? Do you walk across the carpet, or for audio listeners, Felix has walked around the carpet. There's a carpet like directly in front of the throne, and Felix has seemingly walked around it.
I would walk across it. I wouldn't make a show
Okay.
of avoiding the carpet.
Okay, so you just walk across it
In
to sort of an angle view.
I do not quite yet want to reveal want to Felix to reveal what I as a player know.
Okay. But it looks like Mayhem is sort of stepping at least to the edge of the carpet. All right. I'll hear out what you have to say, but be warned, I bore very easily. So if this isn't worth my while, I'll have to see you all out. And let's see. So what I'm going to do here is roll initiative. I would like you to roll either... because you're all approaching this diplomatically, I would allow either diplomacy or deception, or performance, for initiative here. This is not a combat initiative, this is just a conversational initiative.
Keeping things in order. I'm going to go with deception, as I'm going to more or less stand back and let Felix take the reins verbally for the most part. I'm crossing my arms and I step forward onto the carpet just to the edge here to oblige him.
Okay.
17.
Looks like... Let me fix Felix's initiative. What was that, 12? Okay. Alright, looks like Regan's up first at 25, Mayhem's
I
at
don't
17.
know why.
Varga's 14, and Felix is 12. You can delay.
Oh yeah, I'm absolutely going to do that.
Okay.
Because Felix seems to be the one who is chatting here. I see your 9 to my 7.
Okay, so you're going to delay until after Felix?
Mhm.
Okay. Mayhem.
Well, I was hoping Felix would end up going first. Mayhem is going to look at Felix and say something in Shawanti. And is going to make the gamble that people in here don't speak Shawanti.
Okay. What are you going to say?
The rain in Spain stays mainly in the plain. But he will say it in a gruff, dark voice to try and sound somewhat intimidating.
Okay. Give me a deception check.
Yes. Oh, should that be secret?
No, it doesn't have to be secret.
Okay, so 13 then.
13.
Not great, but not... No, just not great. It's mediocre.
Okay. Devargo's turn. He looks at you, Mayhem, and... What's he saying? I don't get it. Are you speaking the common tongue? Speak up. So it's a failure, but you don't lose any impression with him. It's
Okay.
just a sort of regular failure. Felix.
Cool.
Does not speak Shawanti, so...
No, but I can take this hint. Forgive my business associate. He hails from a far off land, and I'm happy to serve as translator for this transaction. But as I referenced, we all seem to have made have had our lives made worse by a Chilaxian ambassador by the name of Daravan. And my associate Mayhem here especially wants to right that the wrongs that have been kind of inflicted upon us.
Sorry, what did you say his name was?
Mayhem. Catchy, I know.
That's a strange name. Is it foreign?
Imposing, I think, is the word that's kind of better descriptive of it. I myself don't know where it comes from.
Catchy. Sorry, go on.
Of course. I myself have more of a business dispute with Mr. Amprei as their actions to dump onto the Corvosan market have resulted in so many losses. Mayhem here is more upset in a traditional fashion, having found themselves at the butt end of a small act of impropriety on the behalf of the ambassador and his partner. And so we come to you as someone who also seems to know this particular individual and some of their lesser habits, interested in purchasing information that may help us have an interesting confrontation with the ambassador.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a diplomacy check, and I'll give you a +1 from this ruse that Mayhem's doing.
It's something.
It's something, right? I choose to use a hero point after I roll. We were doing that beforehand because they were rolls that we couldn't see, correct?
Correct, yeah.
Cool.
You can... Oh, actually, you can choose to... we have a special rule. You can choose to spend... How did that work? I forgot what I wrote.
Oh, that's right. That's in the notes someplace. Okay.
Yeah, let me go find that. You can choose to use points before you roll, in which case it like boosts the outcome, I think. Is that what I did? Where's my hero points? Hero points. It's been a while since I looked up those rules. Hero point rules.
Those are hero powers. Hero points.
It's near the top.
Oh, wait, no, it is
check,
here.
reroll check, avoid death, heroic recovery. Only if it's a matching suit. So you could do that with the publican. Reroll an aligned check. After. I see. You could boost it before rolling, add a +4, and reroll with a +4, or you can wait till after.
This is a deception or diplomacy check. You could just use the publican, right?
Yes, that's true as well.
Because that just increases the roll's final degree of success.
Yeah.
By 1.
I'll roll it and then see what happens, and the publican can be used to help out if that ends up being a problem.
Publican has to be used before the roll.
It does, yeah.
Oh,
you were
shoot.
about to attempt, so.
Okay. I would like to pay the hero point and use the publican.
All right. Publican gets used. And pay the hero point. And what was that? That's slot 3.
Mystic Fire.
There we go. All right. Go ahead and you can...
Public or
go ahead and
private?
roll. You can do it publicly.
Cool.
25. That is a success. That would be boosted. It would be 26, which still would be boosted to a critical success in this case. Oh, I see. More fun with the ambassador.
We understand he's already been a pain in your side at some point in the past.
Oh no, not a pain in my side. More like a payday for me. He smiles wide, and you watch as like a pretty large, like hand-sized spider, like crawls over like the back of his shoulder, or like crawls from behind his back onto his shoulder, and like starts to climb down his arm. What do you think, Timothy? And he looks at the spider. And he, like, leans his head in close. I agree. Well, I'm certainly willing to hear this out. Regan.
Alright, she's not really gonna talk in this scenario, but her body language is gonna be, she's kind of gonna, like, look at the spider, like, look at the floor, kind of nervously like shuffle her hand. She's trying to look like she's like skittish of him.
Of the spider? Okay.
Okay. Ooh, like even though she like definitely wants to probably eat it. I don't know. She's
okay,
so
give me
like,
either deception or performance.
Ooh, how not performance. Oh god.
Ta-da!
I'm somehow. Oh wait, which one is? Oh, they're both pretty bad.
Gotta get better at lying there, Regan. You're with the lying squad.
Yeah, she's performing. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Give
I'm
it a
actually
shot.
gonna do a roll before. I'm gonna re-roll or use a hero point. There we
Use a
go.
hero point for sure.
Do
Yeah,
do we have
'cause
a
it's not a great roll.
do we have a deception one up? I don't think so.
We have the dance
Oh.
up.
This is a
and we have-
performance.
How does this
Oh,
work?
performance is a charisma, which matches
Crowns.
crowns,
We have a crowns
which the
one.
dance and the fool are not.
No.
It's okay.
So you can only do the post roll.
The post roll? Okay.
Yeah. So after you roll, you can do the normal reroll if you want.
We'll do it.
Okay.
Is this blind or not?
Nope, not blind.
Okay.
Not in this situation.
Ooh.
That is a
Yeah.
5.
Yeah. Yeah.
A hero point.
This is not gonna go well for me.
Going down from
I mean,
3 to 2. Oh, I forgot to give Tullios and I a hero point at the start of the session. We should both be at 2.
well, thank you. You've got good odds to get better, so that is better.
Wow, a whole 9.
A 9. Okay. Yeah, she's like kind of shuffling awkwardly in the back. DeVargo glances at you, kind of squints his eyes, and just kind of
Weirdo
looks
in the
back at the
back.
others. So failure,
Just
but
weird.
you don't. Yeah, you don't seem to have like upset him in any way.
It's good.
All right, top of the round. So DeVargo, yeah, I'm willing to hear you out, but please don't waste my time. Tell me, information like that has always got a price. What are you willing to pay? Top of the round, it's Mayhem's turn.
In Shawanti, I turn to Felix and say, when I was 4 years old, I watched my mother kill a spider with a tea cozy. Years later, I realized it was not a spider. It was my Uncle Harold.
Give me another deception check. Yeah.
25.
All right, that is a success. DeVargo looks at you and then back to Felix. What did he say? Was that a threat? Is he worried about something? What was that? Look, I don't have a lot of time for this.
Of course.
Felix.
He says that the value the money paid is of course depends on the value of the information, but for the sort of confrontation that he desires, an amount of no less than 500 GP would be enough to at least make you interested.
Okay, go ahead and give me a diplomacy check.
All right. Solid.
21. That is also a success.
I'm trying to give him room to talk up his price.
500. He leans back, takes a sip of his wine, sets it on the arm of the throne that he's sitting on. 500. Regan.
Oh my goodness. This time she shuffles over to Felix and kind of, I forget if he's taller than her or not. She like kind of goes up and whispers in his ear, kind of like it's like mostly nonsense, but at the same time she like takes a little gold out of her pouch and like gives it to Felix, like as if she's like putting a little more
giving
money
him the
in.
bribe
Yeah, like,
money. Okay, yeah.
So she gives him a little more of her money.
I'll
say
I'll
it's like,
of course take it. Like
yeah,
of course.
it's like
of course.
100 gold. Just
Okay. Yeah, give me another deception check, I think.
and she's not deceiving. She's like, here's
Sure,
100
okay.
gold.
Diplomacy?
Okay. I'll let it be diplomacy, sure.
she's just giving it. Like she is willing
yeah,
to part with this money.
Independently upping the ante.
Yeah, just like here, I will offer some money.
Yeah.
To my
I'll let diplomacy.
employer a little bit. Is this my? Did I actually?
No.
Oh. Can I?
Yes, you could use a hero point to reroll that natural one, which is an 8.
Going to be the reason we failed this.
I mean, I'm not doing much better, but
okay, it's a 13.
13. Okay.
She's just weird.
Is this a moment where distracting flattery can help?
Yes, it can. Yes, this is the exact case, right? Distracting flattery.
how does this work?
You observe a target's attitude for yourself or allies decrease as a result of an ally's behavior. I think this would sort of qualify for that. And you use a reaction. Make a diplomacy check against the target's will DC. Regardless of your result, the target's immune to your distracting flattery for 10 minutes. On success, the target's attitude doesn't decrease. On failure, it decreases normal. On critical failure, you make it worse. So yeah, go ahead and give me a diplomacy. So you see him he seems a bit concerned.
That's a good number.
That was a 23 on the dice. That is a success
Yes.
in this case.
I'm being carried in this conversation.
Forgive me, DeVargo.
Very important skills. This part isn't one of them, and that's okay.
We'll get through this, I swear.
Yeah, what does Felix say to try to smooth this over?
Yeah.
Forgive the distraction, DeVargo. 600 gold. We all wish to see Darevin pay just a little bit, and are willing to pay to make that happen.
He seems quite pleased. At the end of the round, he claps. Well, I didn't think I'd be making a deal like this today, but sure, why not? He stands up. The spider kind of falls onto the ground and kind of skitters around behind the throne. Well, I've got the evidence for you downstairs. Let me get to that. Guards! He calls, and the doors open, and 2 enforcers come rushing in, clubs ready, at ease. These associates of mine are making a business deal with me. I've got to go collect the papers. And he'll get up from the throne and walk past you all, over to a door that's near the entry door. Unlocks it, opens it, and heads down some stairs. He'll kind of peek back out briefly and say, it'll be a few minutes, I gotta go dig it out. Why don't you guys help yourself to some of the food? And he heads back down. The enforcers close the door and just kind of stand there awkwardly.
Ooh,
I'll
what
walk
kind of
across the
food
rug
is
to
there?
the end of the table where Regan and Felix are kind of standing at, and just kind of take a stool and sit down.
Can I check out the bird? Oh.
Yes. First, to answer Reagan's question, the food on the table is largely various fish, cheeses, and bread, and
Oh, it's
ale.
exactly what's here.
Yep, basically exactly what's there.
Yay.
Probably in slightly lower quantities than is visible there, but there is some fish.
What's helpful here,
I do like
but
fish.
not normally.
Yeah.
Is the Easter spread.
Felix, you were asking what about this bird in the cage. You look over at it, and you see hanging, or like sitting on this this bird swing, is a small dragon-like creature, which you would immediately recognize being from Corvosa as a house drake. And I can show you guys what it looks like. It's a little purple guy.
Oh, he's so cute. He's
Little-
got like, look at the coin.
Yeah, look at the little
How
coin. It's
pretty.
very tiny.
Aww.
I need this one, or one like it.
It's actually, sorry, it's a, oh yeah, it is tiny size. And you,
That coin is for measure. Yeah. Dang.
yeah. You look over at it, and this thing looks like depressed. It's like clearly like its head is hanging low. It looks kind of pale. There's like a few crumbs on the floor in the cage, but this thing doesn't look very happy.
Aww. Are there any toys or anything like for the enrichment of the Drake? Or is it just literally like a bare cage with little more than like bits of food sitting on the bottom?
No, it doesn't look like anything of the sort.
Aw.
Yeah, it just looks like a sort of barren cage. It's just got this one little hanging fixture that it's sitting on.
Now
And
he's
that's
a
it.
monster. Now DeVargo's a monster for 2 reasons.
Can we purchase the Drake? Do you think we can buy it? How much are they normally? Can you buy them normally? Are they
Questions.
rare?
Some
Is
people
this-
do have them for
yeah.
pets, yeah, in the city. I'd need a society check to see if you know roughly how much they cost.
Yeah.
Most of them kind of just roam free. They are intelligent. So,
Like smart pigeons.
A 17 on society. Oh, yes, on society.
okay. In that case, you would know that most people don't keep them as pets because they are intelligent. They can speak. This is like a black market thing if you actually have one that you own. They're known for making deals with people. Like they can be like a companion, like an animal companion or a familiar. But that's usually like them offering to help someone or becoming friends with someone, not usually like a owner like pet relationship. Not typically. It does happen.
This seems like an owner pet thing. Since it's in a cage.
This isn't a pet thing if it's in a cage.
This isn't
Yeah.
a pet thing.
Are you guys whispering that to each other, or?
Oh no, I
She's
was
okay.
commenting.
curious. I'm just gonna look at it. Because it's sickly. Is it?
Oh yeah, it's sickly. Yeah.
What is it? Is it underfed? Is it just sad because it hates being in a cage? Does it have an illness? I guess.
Yeah,
is
you
what
can
I'm
give.
asking.
You can do a medicine check
Yeah.
to observe it from outside the cage.
A 27. Is it doing well?
Okay,
How's
you
it
get up
doing?
and walk over towards the cage to take a look at this curiosity. It's breathing pretty raggedly. It seems very obviously. Well, actually, you think it's exhausted, like it's fatigued. It doesn't seem to be sick, but it is injured. You can see what look like a number of like small kind of piercing marks, probably bites.
Spider bites.
Actually, with that check, yeah. You think it's probably been bitten by some spiders. Probably large spiders. Maybe as large as the one that DeVargo is kind of carrying around.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, it looks like it's been beaten up pretty badly and is like fatigued, like it hasn't slept very much, or hasn't slept very well, and is also probably underfed and hungry. It looks kind of small for a house drake too, and they're already really small.
She turns to Felix and goes, I wonder if we could purchase this. Do you think he would make a second deal? I don't know if she should be talking about making second deals after that display, but...
Help! Felix...
Oh, it's saying help.
Oh.
We have to help it.
You hear it and turn just to look at it. Can you get me out of here?
This is going to cost us so much money.
Oh my god, I'm gonna try, little buddy.
He's been making me fight those things every night. Please, get me out of here. It tries to like leap from the little bird cage thing it's like swing it's hanging on towards the cage wall, so it can like grab on it, but it like doesn't even have like all the strength to make the glide over, and like falls and hits the ground.
Oh.
Help.
No, wait. Oh. Why can't his dad take it out of its cage now while he's getting the stuff? Do I have a little... Ooh, I have a little... She takes out a little healing potion and kind of dribbles it into her hand.
Is that
Puts her hand in the, like, here.
It like tries to reach its little neck out and like lick its tongue. And it does manage to get a little bit of that healing potion juice, and you can see its wounds start to clear a little bit. And that's when you hear the door open behind you. All right, and coming in carrying what appears to be a stack of like envelopes. Under one arm, he shuts the door and taking a liking to my house drake, huh?
Oh yes, it's a very beautiful creature.
It looks dying.
Oh my god, you can't... Why are you talking?
Oh, so our friend does speak the common tongue. He pauses while he's got the letters in hand. He kind of squints. This might be a case for distracting flattery again.
Yeah, I'll use that.
You can see his friendliness.
I'm sorry. Alex am also sort of flabbergasted in this moment. I'll make a diplomacy check.
You can talk.
Occasionally.
Oh, why is this all?
Oof.
As a 13, you do have hero points if you wish to use them.
Yeah, I would this is about to... We really do need this to not go this way.
All right.
Better.
It's not
better.
as bad as it was.
It's a 17. Here's the number.
I was speaking brokenly on purpose, for what that's worth.
Is this... Oh, well, what do you actually say?
A beat passes, and then Felix pipes up and says, "Yes, we were taking a note of your house drake. It does seem a bit worse for wear.
Well, what I do with my pets is my business.
Of course. Thank you for bringing back all of the information that we had been asking about." Felix very abruptly changes the topic.
Yes, well, your friend, Mr. Amprei, has certainly been quite the busybody here in Corvosa, he says, kind of thumbing through the letters. He seems to have fully kind of disengaged from that topic as well. He's been... Actually, hold on a sec. He looks around. You idiots! Get out of here! Yes! And all the hopefuls, like, kind of rush to the doors as the enforcers open them, and... I'll call you back in when I'm ready. He kind of shouts back at them. You two, stay in here. And the two proper enforcers close the doors. Now then. Your friend, and he walks over to Felix, and hands you one of the letters, has been getting himself into some sticky situations with the local nobility. I think you might find these to your liking. They are letters from a certain noble woman who is already with husband, perhaps. And a smile, like a wry smile, crosses his face. If these were to get out, who knows what kind of damage would happen to our good friend Mr. Amprei. Certainly the Jagare family wouldn't be quite excited to hear about such an illicit affair.
Felix gasps at the appropriate moment. How incredibly revealing, and thank you for such a helpful glimpse into Daravin's personal life. Is this the only kind of trouble that they were getting into?
Trust me, the things that are in these letters are quite racy. I've been enjoying reading them from time to time, but I'm happy to give them up for the money listed, or money you suggested. He kind of holds out an open palm. He's still holding the other letters. He's only given you one of them.
I will more than with no delay, like break open the 600 GP that we had agreed upon.
Okay, you break it out, and he gestures to the table for you to lay them out and count them in front of him.
We'll make a money pile.
Yeah, once he's satisfied. Good. And he'll hand you the stack of letters. The noble in question is an Octavio Jagare. He's not the head of the family, but he does quite a lot of business both here in Corvosa and in Cheliax. And the Jagare family is both one of the great houses here, and they have quite the connections in Cheliax proper. It would be quite unfortunate if they were to all turn against Mr. Amprei. And, well, I've been enjoying selling these back to him at a rate of one a week. So, as I said, a bit of weekly coin, as it were. But he hasn't been coming by lately, so... He shrugs. Whatever happens to him is no longer any of my business.
We are happy to help supplement your income in this way, and we can only hope that the Jagare family can recover from this sudden exposure.
Well, if you make if you do any exposing, well, you might not have much to. Sorry, that makes sense because you didn't tell him that you were going to blackmail him. You just said you were going to ruin him. Rewind in my head. Well, that should certainly be fun for him. The Jagaris will recover, but I don't think Mr. Amprei will. And he makes his way over to the throne and sits back in it. And now, is there any other business that you've got for me today, or can I get back to enjoying my feast?
Regan sends a message to Felix. Ask him about the drake. See if we can buy the drake. Drake's sick.
On the topic of other business, we were taken by the house drake that you have here, and was wondering if it too was for sale.
Oh, that thing. It's been keeping me quite amused lately, and like I said, I do get bored easily, but... Well, you kept up your end of the deal. Sure, I'd be willing to part for it. Make it another 500 gold.
Sure. Felix will dispense the other 5 with the 500 gold that Devargo requests.
Okay. Happily, he gets up again and takes the gold from you. Excellent. Well, here. Once he kind of pockets the gold, he'll fumble for the key and toss it over to you. Go ahead. Do whatever you want with it.
Felix will go unlock the cage, and I expect stand back while Regan has a new friend.
Regan dives in.
Hands out.
Okay, yeah, you like scoop up
Little
the
creature.
poor little injured house drake. Thank you. It whispers. All right. Is there anything else? I mean, I'm more than happy to accept more gold if you've got more information that you require.
That is all. Thank you for your time and audience, Devargo.
Certainly. Did I catch your name? What was it again?
Felix.
Felix. Pleasure doing business with you. And remember, the King of Spiders is always listening, he says, tapping his forehead. Now, be gone.
I think we'll make our exit as quickly as one can reasonably achieve.
With the enforcers step aside and open the doors and allow you to exit.
I leave the drake on the floor. I don't actually do
Drake.
it.
Like Drake.
Yeah, we can.
It's like,
So Regan has a friend / familiar question mark?
I don't know what I have. Release it into the wild. Go.
Except needs to be healed. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm good at that.
I don't know where it wants to go, but it staying there was bad. I gladly.
Okay, you're able to just kind of tuck the house drake safely into your into like a pocket on your robes.
it's posh.
Shove it into my bag.
Shh.
Well, we did that. That nice.
Well, I
wasn't
see that
easy
you're
for
still
me.
alive, Rajik says as you make your way back out.
Did you expect otherwise?
You were right. The carpets look dreadful.
Well, you can never know with the Spider King. Well, I hope you got the... Oh, actually, I see. Those papers must be what you needed. He gestures at what you're holding, Felix.
It's definitely a good start. We'll see if the information DeVargo has given ends up being worth the coin.
Well, I can only hope that you're successful. Well, I might as well get back to work. Enjoy yourselves. Hopefully I will see you again in our halls. If not, farewell. And he'll walk
Always do another round of knivesies.
No, we're leaving.
No. Come back.
Tully's on his way. He's going.
Oh man. Yeah, that's
Now, what was
fair.
that about the rain in Spain again?
You didn't understand that. That was in Shawanti.
Where's Spain?
Good question.
It's just a made-up fantasy land.
It's in
Making
Arcadia.
up words
You
now.
don't know about Arcadia. That's okay.
It's a fantasy land where all the dishes are very tiny but delicious.
Yeah. So speed walking out within reason, so we can
Yep.
get some distance and ideally out of the district before Tully will change back into Tully from Mayhem.
Yeah,
Okay,
and I
are
think
you-
oh,
Hey, go ahead.
I was gonna say I think it'd be wise for all of us to go find an intermediate point in the city to change disguises out of.
Yeah. So someplace in North Point. What is this edge district here? That's on the edge here. Let me see. Is this Main Shore in the north here?
Yeah. Oh, the north part of North Point.
Of- yeah. Main Shore.
That is Ridgefield. No. The northern. Fuck. I have it here in the North Point district notes. What does it say?
It's white, so I'm assuming that's the.
Oh yes, Main Shore. Correct.
Okay. So yeah, someplace in Main Shore we'll look for an alley or someplace out of the way to duck down into.
All right. I'm gonna say that was like another hour
Yeah.
and
Sounds good.
another like we'll call that 15 minutes to speed walk your way back to the main gate leading into Old Corvosa and then out into some alleyway nearby
Yes.
on the street.
So we
Okay.
can change, get back to normal.
All
Also,
right,
you
you-
gave your real name, Felix. We're not very good at this yet. We're working on it.
Didn't give his last name. Maybe there's lots of Felixes in the
Yeah.
city. It's a common name.
So hopefully should be fine.
All right.
I hope to not get that much notoriety, but if it happens, maybe I become an amazing like criminal underlord.
Well, more concerning that if DeVargo has any reason to go looking for you, he knows where to start at least.
Hence why one of the first hires was someone to guard the bar.
Smart. Well, you have the letters.
And hopefully a new friend.
Yes, I should find a place to treat this new patient of mine.
Oh yes. Sanctuary Shaylin's nearby. Bank of Abadar, but
Oh, I mean, I could probably just help it. I don't think we need
you
to
check-
bring it
Oh,
to
that's
a
true.
church.
You check your pocket, and he seems to be safely sleeping, at least right now.
Okay.
Sleepy.
might just need rest and to not be eaten by spiders constantly.
Yes, I
You do think he
that
also
will
needs to be
help.
treated.
Do you think it's more than like a like treat wounds or a health potion? Is this actually something we'd have to go to?
No, you
Sure,
think a treat
sure.
treat wounds would suffice.
All right, cool. I'm just making sure.
Secret university pad.
Oh yeah, I don't know if I'm allowed to. Well, I didn't think it was gonna be my
They let
pet.
you
I
summon
figured.
stuff all the time, so I'm sure it's fine.
That's true.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay. Well, we should probably turn in these notes.
We
Though
should
it is a
probably
little
go over
late.
these notes.
Yeah.
Like, this may be a useful tool, but if it's just nothing but salacious love letters, we may have to do more work to turn it into what the city needs to help get this person censured.
I mean, he
Yeah.
did care enough about it for a brief time to pay to get it. Till the end, where I guess he got frustrated.
Well, is our job to actually get him out of the city, or is that the job that we've been assigned yet? Like, that's a long-term goal, but our job was to get this information from Devargo. We should be following command orders and
No,
Not
you're right.
step in advance without knowing for sure that that's what the plan is.
We should definitely not take things too far. We'll make our way back to it was not the Citadel where we got this mission.
It's the
it
fortress.
was the fortress.
Solitude.
Um,
No, it's the Citadel is the place we're going.
Okay.
It's Castle Corvosa is the central place, but Citadel Volshinik. Volshinik?
Either way, we should turn this stuff in and take part in the planning and plotting that will undoubtedly come after.
You can read them on the way if you'd like. I'm just saying that our duty is to turn them in as we were given orders, so.
Noted. And like we're between fanfic releases, so it's at least something to read.
Oh, yes. I was excited when I heard they were love letters, but I think it's a little different when it's not fantasy. I don't really want to read someone's personal life, just make-believe personal life.
Maybe it is make-believe personal life. We don't know.
I mean, yeah, I guess they are letters.
Swear to God, if they're just like James Joyce's letters, no.
All right, so what are you doing?
Should bring them.
I
The
think we're heading to the
Citadel?
Citadel. Yes.
Yeah.
Citadel. All right.
Citadel Volshnik.
Bolshevik.
Yep.
This is Bolshevik.
Schnick.
Bolshevik. All right.
Volshnik.
You make your way through the city streets, dressed normally. You pocketed your alternate outfits. Make your way back to the main streets. You do pass by the bar on the way. You can stop in if you wish, or you can keep going.
Does it seem like everything's quiet, or is it a louder party than it's ever had?
It looks a little bit more busy in here.
Okay.
You like if you peek in. Oh, if you like see the door open, you see it looks like there's a couple people inside. Maybe 3 parties at tables rather than the usual one. So yeah, it looks like business is starting to flow.
A little bit happy Felix will press on.
All right.
I'm glad everyone's able to run the place.
You pass by the Gilded Knight pawn shop and make your way all the way to the Citadel. It probably took another 15 minutes or so. All right. You speak with the guards at entry. They let you know. Yes, Field Marshal Croft is upstairs. I'll take you to her. And one of the guards leads you up the winding stairs of the Citadel to the Field Marshal's room, where she's seated at a desk. Oh, there you are. How have things been going? Were you able to deal with Devargo at all, or?
It took a couple of days for us to figure out a way to ask the question, and Felix will kind of gesture with the letters. We think we have enough information to at least make a dent in the problems that Daravan is giving the city.
Ah, great. Mind if I take a look?
Felix will hand over the letters.
Okay. Please, you can have a seat. I'll just look these over.
Of course. The context that we were given is that Daravan has evidently taken to the noblewoman of the Jagari family, and these love letters are between the two of them, and a fact that neither would really wish to be public.
Because she's married.
The field marshal's eyes are... She's listening to you, but as she's like taken one of the letters out, unfurled it, reading over it, and her eyes go wide. Real wide. She starts to blush as she closes, folds the letter back over. Well, I think the fact that she's married may be the least of his problems. Oh boy. I think this will suffice plenty, she says, kind of stifling a laugh. Oh, I didn't expect this kind of information when I spoke with Vencarlo. But
maybe I should have read them.
I feel dirty even touching these. I'll have to have the clerk look at them over in detail. Sorry, and she'll kind of slide the letters off to the side and put a paperweight onto them. I'm impressed. What about Devargo? Is no troubles at the Eel's End?
Oh, he's plenty terrifying and 100% evil, but no more trouble than he usually is getting up to. He seems to be content running his criminal empire, and was happy to make a bit of gold selling letters to us instead of selling them back to Tavia. Had to remember the name.
Well, that's better than scheming to expand his enterprise, I guess. Good. I'll make sure that the guard keeps an eye on things, but it's good to know that it's not getting any worse at this time. Not having to spare extra soldiers just for watching Eel's End will be a blessing, I think. Well, honestly, this went over quicker and better than I thought. I sort of expected that maybe a fight might break out, but like with Van Kaskerkin, you somehow managed to do it without killing anyone.
They're not the violent swordmen, so...
Nope, no one tried to kill us.
Fights broke out?
It is definitely a problem that we'll need dealing with at some point or another. Devargo is a bad person, just to say it in a simple sentence. But the city has a variety of problems, and while solving that particular problem is not at the top of the list today, I do hope at one point it does. It makes it there.
Trust me, I hope someday that man gets his due. But at least for now, we can forestall the Ambassador's wrongdoing, and I hope we can get him one day. But in any case, I wish I could give you much more, but she starts going through some drawers and pulls out some pouches and arranges some coins. Here, an additional 500 for a job well done. Oh, and of course, she gets up and walks across the room to a what do you call it? A large filing cabinet, basically.
Filing cabinet.
She opens one of the drawers and pulls out a small wooden box, brings it over and does the latch and pops it open, and reaches in and pulls out a set of 3 crests. Each one they're pretty small. They're maybe a couple inches tall, inch and a half wide or so. And they're kind of like they're very similar to the Corvosan crest, but they have just the emblem of a house drake on them. You would, all being citizens here, you would all immediately recognize these as drake crests, which are usually given to fairly high status, like, champions of the city. They're like for war heroes and that sort of thing. So they're fairly well known. I can't offer much else, but here. These would certainly, well, sell them if you like, but I'm sure anyone who sees them in the city would give you some amount of deference. And she just kind of lays them out before you.
Thank you.
And I'll give you an item for them later, but they give you a +1 circumstance bonus to any diplomacy checks against citizens of Corvosa.
Ooh, I'm gonna need that, as I've learned today.
We made it through those rolls alive, but yeah, a +1 bonus would be wonderful.
Yeah, they only work while worn openly, and they're not magical or invested. They just sort of passively work. But I'll give you that item later. I forgot to make it earlier.
Well, thank you. Well, I'm happy we were able to do a little bit of good for the city, and with any luck, the shortages of goods and services will sort of, if not actively get better, at least stop getting actively worse. When Darevin stops trying to crash the industry here.
No kidding. Well, thank you all for your efforts. I'll be sure to contact you again as soon as I, if I end up having any more jobs that suit your very unique talents. Right now, I'm just sort of swamped with other work, and I think I'm going to have a busy week.
Well, if I can assist at all, ma'am, let me know.
Of course. Thank you again, Tullios, for helping them. I'm glad you're able to keep them safe.
They were chosen by the Queen to assist, so I felt obliged, if nothing else.
I'm glad to see the Queen's judgment turned out well.
They're quite capable.
Surprisingly so, if I'm honest.
And don't be so humble, Tullios. Your contribution was practically poetic.
Tully doesn't say
Regan
much.
just laughs.
She glances at Tully and then back to Felix. Kind of smiles a little bit. Well, I'm glad that you've all been getting along. If you ever need anything from me, let me know. But really, I should probably get back to investigation. So.
Of course. I'll take our leave, and somebody else wants to grab the badges.
Oh yes, I'll grab. Do you not want one?
It doesn't feel appropriate to take one.
Can I stack the bonus if I wear two?
Two. One
No,
on
you
each
can't.
ear? Can you
That's
please
okay.
have them?
Well, I'll take Tully's and I'll give it to him later when he's not looking. Put it in his
Sure.
bag.
Perfect. It's
Gonna
perfect.
Get it.
Tully's still playing the character of I'm involved because I've been ordered to be
Oh
involved.
yes, that's
So.
fine. He'll want this. I'll just,
Just
I'll
take these.
sell one.
Sell the spare.
Miss Croft, ma'am, and a guard comes up to the door. We've got another lead in the investigation. I'll be right there. Sorry, I've really got to go. Thanks again. And she'll get up and start to walk over.
Investigate. I shouldn't ask that. Excuse me.
Do you start saying that, or?
Yes. Yeah. But
Oh,
he does protect himself.
She turns kind of flustered a little bit. I don't know if you've heard the rumors, but the Queen believes that there's been that the King's death was an assassination, not just a illness.
Wow.
We've got some leads, but nothing solid right now. I'm gonna go check it out. Anyway, sorry, I gotta go.
Sorry.
And she
Yes, of course.
gestures and
It's like, oh, can we know how that
Yeah.
goes?
she's
Maybe
gone
my
before you.
son- Damn it! Oh,
That said, what you're saying is she left us in her office.
She did leave you in the office, yes.
So we are in her office unattended?
she trusts us.
Yes. Yeah,
I know,
currently
I'm just
unattended, yeah.
suggesting if Regan really wanted to know something, Regan could just start digging really quick.
I am a student. I understand the relationship between me and authority. How dare you?
But you don't want to fight authority?
Well,
You're not
she
a
doesn't
rebel?
know anything. That's why she's running out of
That's
the
true.
room.
Oh,
I didn't
boy.
actually know
Wait,
anything.
Wait, did she leave the letters?
The letters, yes, they're on a stack
Ooh.
on her desk, and they've got like there's just like a small paperweight that's sitting on top of them. It's like made of iron.
Regan looks back and forth, and like that. She doesn't really like take anything, but she kind of lifts it up to look at a few of the words. It's like, woo.
You want to see what was so salacious?
Yeah, I'm like, I don't really want to go. I said before that I wasn't interested because it's real people, but I'm a little curious.
But now
Yeah,
you can't help yourself.
Yeah, you go over there, you like
Ooh.
pull one out a little bit to kind of read some of the letters, and oh boy.
My goodness.
James Joyce's
This
letters.
man's kinks are problematic.
It's nothing I haven't seen, but damn. What a weirdo. You guys should come over and read this. You interested now? Just me? Okay. She puts it back down.
Yeah, no.
You might be
Okay.
too old. Don't.
Too old to read, or
No, not too old to read. Too old to read this. This is not for you.
why is it not
Don't
for
show-
me? And Tully
not-
will
I
go
don't
over
wanna-
see what's not for his old eyes.
Wait until I leave the room to read
And
that. Actually,
the blush.
Oh.
A deep blush hits. Only a couple words in.
He's like, well,
The things that this Lady Bromathan is describing are
people
very
write this in
detailed.
words?
The rich sure have a lot of time on their hands.
Truly. And we'll put the iron paperweight back, unless Felix would like an opportunity to read.
Oh yes, Felix. Okay.
Nope,
that's
not
fair.
feeling that.
These need heavier paperweights, in my opinion.
If anything, Felix is watching the door to make sure we don't actively get in more trouble. But
That's fine.
Additionally, because you did I don't think it got mentioned otherwise, but if you like read any of the letters, yeah, they're like James Joyce letters, correct? Janelle. Shoot, what am I saying? Oh, you see the name of the other noble, and they are Eleonora Bermathen.
Oh yeah.
Bermathen is one of the minor houses in Corvosa.
Okay.
Well, if I ever see her in this campaign, that's gonna be a real treat.
All right.
Yeah, I think we're leaving.
Where are you going?
Good question. Where to from here, folks? Are we going for a beer?
I would like to find a place to heal this little critter who's sleeping so soundly. So
My
maybe a
home's-
beer would be good.
I was going to say, my
Yeah.
home is slightly closer, but I think we can find some room in the script and
I've
Scrimshaw and
never
relax
been
there,
to
too.
your house.
It's not too far off, if you'd like, but nothing
But-
special.
Yeah.
It's in the wrong direction.
Oh.
We're definitely
It's
welcome
closer,
to
just in the
borrow a
wrong
corner
direction
of the bar.
closer.
Okay, maybe I should. Depending on how crowded the bar is, I might have to find a little corner or go
Well,
upstairs.
It wasn't too bad when we walked by earlier, so hopefully it won't be too bad again. So we're heading to the script and Scrimshaw.
All right, to the script. The S&S. Whoop,
Yeah, after the S and M, we go the S and
Oops.
S.
Nope, no, not you.
not you, Krista.
Good luck, Report. You stay back. You do not come with.
All right, you return to the bar. We'll say it's 8 o'clock by now. Let me bring you guys into Script and Scrimshaw.
Let's go to
First
the bar.
war, debate, delete you, put you back. All stacked. Alright, you make your way back to the bar. You probably would have come from the left side of the street, but whatever.
We walked
Alright.
past and then we moonwalked backwards to go inside.
Oh, hey boss.
Hey.
How's it going? You just missed the last customer for the day, I think.
Oh gosh.
She allows you through.
It's been a busy day for me, but it sounds like even here at the bar. How many what was the peak? How many tables did we turn over?
They'll go over the details of the business with
course.
you. Sounds like it was it's still low numbers, but probably the most busy day you've had thus far. This is a Sunday, so there wasn't much. Actually, there was a pretty big breakfast rush, and a pretty big sort of like late dinner or like early dinner rush. And the last guests who were here were sort of the tail end of that. And it seems to be mainly people who were going to various worship services at the cathedrals and things, as well as workers and stuff like that. Yeah, seems like it has been, at least they had like 2 big spikes, and everything else in between was kind of empty.
It sounds great. Like we finally getting well enough known around town that people actually show up and make the bar a happy place again. Thank you for all the hard work that went into doing that.
No problem, boss. Yeah, it's a bit tiring, but it's a lot of fun.
Oh, and how was your first day? Like getting to meet all of our customers, Shields from Flame. Like this was probably the a fairly big jump into the deep end for a thing you've never had a chance to do.
It wasn't too bad. Got a few weird looks, but got to arm wrestle a guy. That was fun.
Hopefully you let him win by just a little bit.
No.
Oh, bravo.
Lizzie says, making her way up the stairs. I'm gonna go finish cleaning up upstairs. And then we can go home then, Dad.
Sounds good. Take your time.
She makes her way up the stairs.
As long as everyone had fun.
Okay. Where's
Yep.
this?
Seems like plenty fun. Are you gonna close up or?
Yeah, we're gonna close up, and Tullios will probably leave with Lizzie shortly. You're more than welcome to head home if you're tired and wanna get to bed early.
Yep, I should probably make my way back to the old camp. See you later.
Good night.
She heads out.
Did you already pay her for the day, or do you pay weekly?
That's
yeah.
not a fact
You
the
would-
person knows.
Yeah, you would have paid her for the day out of the day's wages. Like you,
Of course.
as part of that conversation, you would have gone through the money that got
Yeah.
exchanged
Sorted everything
and
out.
set everything aside.
Cool.
All right.
How's
Three
our
of
new
you
friend
make your way
doing?
over to this table.
I
Oh, yeah.
accidentally gave myself 3 treat wounds, so I'm just getting rid of that. Put him in a weird spot.
Where'd he go? There we go.
Dump him out on the table gently.
Very gently. So yeah, that much. All right. Okay. Yeah, he is currently injured and unconscious. Prone.
Yeah, I will
Prone is a virtue of
Like
being
all of
unconscious,
them.
but
treat some wounds here. Hopefully not harm. Whoa, my goodness.
Look at all them dice.
It's a
yeah, that is a
26. Or no,
27.
that's a
27 on the roll, and then 26
And then
healing. Oh, whoops!
It disappeared.
It got healed so much it disappeared. Okay, yeah, you spend 10 minutes treating the poor little house drake. And it once you're done, it slowly like pats its eyes open and oh, it's you. I really am out. I'm
Oh, yes.
free.
You don't have to go back there and get bitten by spiders or whatever was happening.
Oh, you saved me, kind strangers.
Why would he do that to you? Just have you bitten by spiders and fighting them? Seems
Devarga's a messed up man. Things he
Least.
does, he's not right in the head. And the little drake kind of balls up a little bit of like smoke in its nostrils. Thank you so much. Its eyes start like tearing up, and it like turns and like bows at all of you.
Aw.
My name is Majenko. I'm at your service.
Jacob?
I owe all of you a life debt. One that I can never fully repay.
Jinka, we were just happy to get you out of that. That's no place for any creature to be stuck. And we knew that Devargo was pretty terrible, but that is a new and horrible thing that I got to learn was happening today.
Oh, he's a real bad man. But who are you exactly? He looks around, and sits up on
My
his hind
name
legs.
is Regan, and I'm a student at the academy.
My name's Felix, and this is my home and bar that you find yourself in.
I'm Tully. I guard them sometimes. I wasn't there pre-rescue though, so I'm glad to see you're doing better than you were when you arrived. So
Yeah, Majenko looks at you and kind of quirks his head. Yeah, I don't remember you. But it was all very hazy. But thank you all so much.
You're welcome. It's not a problem. It was just some money that I need
How
to
much
pay
money
you
was it
back,
again?
Felix.
It's-
You gave your 500.
I don't think any.
500?
Yes.
I meant to say so. I wanted to say something about that.
Sure.
We could have made a better argument had we managed to keep our routine going.
I feel like if I had opened my mouth again, we would have just been.
The price
It would have been over.
I lost the will to argue over the price when I realized how we were just out of the currency of redos should anything go wrong at that stage.
That's fair.
But it's the
You
gold.
paid?
The gold may have been a sizable chunk, but it was preferable than to continuing to allow that to happen.
You really paid to set me free? Oh,
Well, I imagine
There's
it would have been pay or murder, and murder didn't seem like a
Yeah,
wise thing to do there.
it was just going to be a much longer day if we had to fight our way out of there.
I was sick of getting hit in the head.
oh, you're so much kinder than I ever imagined my satyrs would be. Truly, Oh, what can I do for you? Please, I offer my life's service to you.
I don't think your life is worth 500 gold. I'm pretty sure it's worth more than that, so...
I was about to say, oh my god! Tully,
I think you
that's
can...
a nice thing that you
we
just
can
said.
you can definitely make that money and pay people back without selling your life for it, so...
Majenko shakes his little purple dragon head. And, no, that's not what I mean. I just want to pay you back. That's all.
If that is a thing you want to do, you are welcome to hang around with us as we try to collectively survive and maybe improve Corvosa, but you're under no obligation. That was a terrible situation that you were unfortunately stuck in, and luckily we were in the right moment to be able to help you get out of it.
I'm not the right person to make this an observation. I'm just now realizing we never did any insight check as to whether this was like a setup. I mean,
What of the
this
dragon?
whole situation. Yes, we got left in a room with a
right.
dragon with a sad, terrible story. Oh, woe is me. Please free me. And then we paid the guy we were originally going to pay 600 gold, double that basically, to free the dragon, who now is like, oh, I'll help you all forever, and then is going to spy on us and give all this information back to DeVargo because they're actually in cahoots.
Well, that was a very convincing injury it had,
I
have to say.
I just putting that out there. We have done no insight checks whatsoever into this little dragon.
I feel like Tully would be the only one who would try that insight check, actually.
Yeah.
I think he would be the most paranoid that's like, I don't trust this creature.
true.
You both are stupid.
You can make that check if you want. I thought Jason put that there just to take our money away. I didn't think it would go all the way back around.
Yeah, I think of all the people, Tully is the
Los
most
dos.
likely to be like, something's. What are you? What's wrong with you?
What's this? Who are you? What's this?
So I'm like, oh.
May I make an insight check against the little dragon?
Sure. Yeah, you can make an insight check against Majenko.
Okay, just gonna do that blind. We'll take whatever those are.
Majenko.
Question marks.
Okay. Yeah, you can pretty clearly tell that this is not an act. This dragon is, or Drake. I mean, Drakes are type of dragon.
Yeah.
This house Drake seems emphatically thankful.
Okay.
You don't think it's faking those tears. You don't think it was faking those injuries. And it would be very... you don't think DeVargo had any sense that you were coming, so he wouldn't know to set that up for you. So, yeah, you feel pretty strongly with that result that, yeah, this thing it's fine.
Before I suggested, I was going to suggest, hey, maybe Regan wants to have like a study buddy or something.
Oh.
But then before I was going to give Regan this possible spy, my brain went, wait.
Yeah.
Buzzing into
He can
possibilities.
spy on me reading my fan fiction and studying for my tests. Oh, how much information DeVargo will get from me. He'll be bored. Yeah, I could always use an extra pair of hands for studying.
So while Tullios is like staring down the Drake, it's actually like looking at, because none of that conversation was in character, I presume.
Yeah. All this went through Tully's head in like a moment as his eyes grew wide, and then he started to glare at this dragon before slowly coming down and going, "No, I think the dragon was actually hurt. I'm pretty sure this is genuine. Okay, I think it's fine." But the hackles.
Yeah, there's like a bit of silence as the dragon looks at each of you. I don't know if I can make a pact with 3 people. It kind of looks. It seems very like confused at what to do.
A pact?
If I offer my services, I must make a pact, an agreement, an arrangement.
Like the devil pacts that I make every so often.
I'm not a devil.
Oh, I know that. I'm sorry.
And it like snorts out a little bit of flame.
No offense. Just an example.
Oh, good. I'm not like those disgusting imps. It bursts out another little bit of flame. We Drakes are much more powerful. It kind of lifts its head up pridefully.
It's probably true.
Yes, you are quite powerful.
No, but maybe Regan, you're not the wrong person to do that. This kind of partnership with an animal, you or a creature of any kind. Like you have the experience, and honestly, we give you someone to study with.
I do also study with imps, though.
Maybe
That
they'll all
might
be friends.
Troublesome.
I hope they'll be friends.
Well, I mean, if
If
I have a pact with the devil, I can just be like, be friendly.
the other option would be you could
Get
come
along.
home and keep Lizzie company, not as a pet, but as a companion.
You could have one pact and then helpful.
Like, I guess I
whoever
would take the
needs it.
pact in that case, but I don't know. I feel weird
I'll
about
do
Felix.
that, but
I think Felix was just asked by Regan.
Yeah. Do you have any need for an extra set of claws?
my gosh, you could fly around with like a train.
Ooh.
Just hold both hands holding it up while flapping along.
So mechanically, what's being asked here is Majenko is agreeing to form a pact with any of the 3 of you. You would basically get either a familiar or an animal companion. And you just get the feat for free, and Majenko becomes that companion. You could also choose to reject, like, making a proper pact, and you could just hire him on. as just like a NPC that'll just be around at one of your houses.
I have no room in my build for an animal companion.
I could
Because I
make
know what that
room.
investment takes, Jason.
I'm not sure.
I guess I'm the person who knows
Majenko
the
would
least
grow on his own. It wouldn't give you like the
okay.
Beastmaster line. He would just, over the course of the adventure, he would gain additional feats. So it would not get in the way of your main build. If you wanted to take more feats in addition to that, you can. But it's just it's a bonus feat with some additional bonus feats down the line.
And he counts as like for some of my stuff, doesn't he?
Which stuff?
Called?
Oh, minion.
Like like protect companion. All my stuff that I would like use to buff my
a summon. Yeah.
Summons could probably be used on him too. I believe.
Yes. Some of them boost summon specifically, but yeah, protect companion works. There's a couple other things.
A few things that are really like specific to the thing you summoned. I do have. It wouldn't be the worst for me, but if someone has like a more compelling argument,
I don't. I think it'd be best for Regan, honestly.
I don't have a compelling argument either. Like I wasn't planning on doing any kind of like animal companion stuff for my build.
I don't think anyone was.
No, yeah.
We had 2 last season, so this season I was like, nah, let's do something different.
I think I was the only one who didn't have one last time, so
yeah, that's true.
Maybe it's time. Well, I have so many
like a pack of the
companions.
dragon at the end, so
True.
You know.
I guess
I will collect them.
I play in so many games where other people have them that it's just like I never end up making that call. Someone else always has 3 slots in initiative. They have to spend 20 minutes figuring it out.
Well, I'm more than happy to do it. But if Alex, if you want to, you can do it as well. I'm not
That's
like,
fair.
oh,
If
I'm
you
so
would- if you'd
attached.
like to try
to
out an animal companion or something.
Reagan, I think go for it.
I'll do it. The animal friends.
I suppose technically I'd also let you like pass the pack along if later on you wanted to trade who's like he does owe all of you.
I know you're my best friend, but actually I'm gonna have you be Reagan's best
fire
friend.
you.
So we were best friends, but no more.
Right, we're gonna have to learn to get along with imps, and that'll take some time, and that's okay. We'll learn about friendship. Oh no.
I'll do it.
Okay.
It like hesitates briefly and then I can get over working with imps, I guess.
Right,
As
they
long
only
as I
stick
don't have
around
to
for a
like
little bit.
them.
No. You don't have to like them. Sometimes I
good.
don't like them. Sometimes
And
they don't like
Majenko will
me.
kind of fly around you
We-
and then land on your head.
Ooh.
Great. The
And you're always
pact is
welcome
made.
to come by the bar if you ever need an escape.
The pact is made. Hurrah!
What was that, Felix?
You're always welcome, Mishingo, to come by the bar if you ever need an escape from all the imps.
Oh, will do. All right. Well, with the new friend in tow, what do you do now?
Yeah, now what? I guess it's nighttime.
I was gonna say, feel accomplished. This was good.
Yeah.
Might be. Gotta go fight some crime, probably. Yeah.
I think we'll have a chance for a minute to help build up our side businesses. I know that at least for me, it would be nice to actually be present for an entire day for once and not make Lizzie run the place entirely by herself. But it doesn't sound like our problems in and around the city are over. The contract that we overheard to supply the crown with that mountain of armor seems like fairly foreboding, and that if you're going to raise an army, you're going to end up wanting to use it.
True.
She is getting that like big female army. They might need just a ton of stuff. Though that is interesting. Of just needing more people.
I think she fears for her throne. There's a lot of opposition to her for varying reasons, and some people think that she shouldn't be there at all. She did marry the king when she was young, and he was much older, but she is his rightful wife, and as far as I'm aware, the rightful heir.
And especially if this entire situation was manufactured by someone killing the king instead of him dying of natural causes.
I really want to figure that out. I really want to know. I knew it, and I want to know how. I'm curious. Regan says all that. She is very curious. I want to examine the body.
I don't think you're going to get access to the body, perhaps. We could
Do you
ask,
think
but
these little
pins?
crests we were given, do you think this would help? What if I had two? Do you think that would help?
If you really wanted to, you may be able to appeal to the queen directly, or have a message passed along that you think it would help your ability to assist the city. But Field Marshal Croft seemed to have a lead.
Maybe I can ask her about it later.
Who do you think would be consulting on that kind of investigation?
Does the guard have a forensics unit?
Maybe the university. Maybe that might be your other way in.
Would there be alchemists in the city, or an alchemist guild? The university seems like a good place.
There's no guilds in the city other than the Cerulean Society, but there are alchemists around.
There are alchemists, so possibly alchemists of notoriety might be a route we could go down, trying to find any.
Yeah, there's one. His name is Al.
Probably gets up.
They...
Leaves.
Like, who is the real forensics department? Is it kind of like just whatever clerics?
Yeah, I mean, it's like the clerics, the various faiths in the city, the guard, broadly. They don't have like there's no sort of specialized field of forensics here. Like, they don't have like I mean, they might pull some medicine students from the academy or from the university. But yeah, there's not like a known there's a coroner, I guess, at the guard. And they do have, the guard does have their own detectives. Yeah, nothing. Yeah, nothing any like nothing specific. There's no like head coroner person or head investigator sort of thing. It all sort of goes up to the field marshal and whatever she decides to divvy that out to.
Cool. Well, I'll have to ask her about it later and see how much, how trustworthy I seem to give information to. I think I've made my case thus far. Maybe there's more things I can do for the guard where they'll let me learn more. Because if there's an assassin or a strange illness, I want to know about it. So I'm nosy.
All right. Well, what do you guys do?
I'm gonna go do some downtime stuff because I think we're otherwise done for tonight.
It's 8:30 p.m.
Yes.
Callistril the 10th. Okay. So
Yeah.
you decide to split up and finish out your day. You don't have to necessarily move around. We can just kind of handle the downtime here. I guess there's not enough downtime really for most people tonight, except for Tullios, if you wanted to do any mayheming.
That was my plan. Once we've taken Lizzie back home, or escorted her back home, really, we will head up to the North Point district, I think, yeah, we'll stay in the North Point district. We'll stay out of Old Corvosa for the night. And focus just to try and see if we can pick up any criminal ne'er-do-wells.
All
Try and keep the
right.
peace a bit.
So North Point.
So generic North Point district residents, or...
Okay. And yeah, so let's see. In North Point today, you end up dealing with some Cerulean Society members, some gangsters who are shaking down a business, trying to collect protection money, and they need help. Let's see, what do they do? So for gangsters, you can try to overpower them with athletics, or instill fear with intimidation.
I think I'm gonna try instilling fear with intimidation today.
Okay. And let's see.
And I also, while I'm doing that, I'd like to find out if I can find out who they're working for.
Okay.
So I'm hoping it's Devarka.
And this is in North Point? Okay.
Yeah, it's on the wrong
sure.
side of the river, but it is the same. It's a society, and who knows what they're up to, so...
I
so
forget what the
intimidation?
DC I said is... choose a crime level. You can go up to your character level.
Oh, let's take it relatively easy. We'll go 2 tonight.
Okay,
Crime
so
level
DC
2.
16.
Okay. So, should not be too difficult if I press the buttons correctly. Is it secret?
No, it's not secret.
Public. Okay.
Yep, go ahead and roll publicly. That's a natural 20?
Yeah, that's a natural 20 for 29.
Okay,
It
maybe I'll just
burns
turn off the
everyone.
sound effects. I didn't have the tab
right.
open. I turned to it and then it came. All right, let's see.
Burns.
Check. Okay. You critically succeeded. It's not greater than or equal to your level, so you're not getting 2. You just gain double the crimes level infamy points. So those level 2 crimes, you gain 4 infamy points.
Woo.
And no change to respect in the town because it's not equal to your level at least.
That's fine.
Okay. Did you add those 2 to your... Oh, I haven't been tracking up here.
I think you have the tracking, yes. So
Yeah, okay. Sorry. Yeah. Infamy... I should have made a table at the top. Okay, let me put the thing here. It's just in the document. Infamy points
added notes
currently
on the fly.
2 plus. I think you got 1 from
The last
previous
one, I think?
time.
That sounds correct.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. So that's your night. Anyone else doing anything specific that night, or can we go on to the next day?
I'm just gonna sleep.
All right.
Is it the right part of the week to begin an advertising campaign?
Yes, it is a moon day. You could certainly begin an advertising campaign for the Script and Scrimshaw.
We've been sort of getting what we can out of Midland. I think it's time to try and see if the Heights will get to know and love the script and Scrimshaw.
Okay, so you're gonna start doing some advertising out there.
Yep.
All right. This is once per week, Sunday through Saturday. So, yep, this is certainly a thing you can do. Select an advertising campaign from the table below. You're picking the heights. It costs 50 gold to do it.
Paid that.
All right. And then attempt a performance check or an appropriate lore check, like advertising lore or art lore. So I'm assuming performance check here.
Yep.
Say the DC. So it should just be the DC equal to the level of your business, which is 0 currently. Yes, this is level 0. All right. So that DC is...
It's the highest level it's been.
Yeah, DC is 14. So it should be relatively easy to start to get people in. Give me the roll. Performance.
Let's see what happens. Okay.
24. And I said it was 14, so that's a crit. Alright. I need to make cheat sheets that are physical, so I don't have to change stats. Alright, critical success. You add the chosen group to your clientele list. So, what is this? Height District residents. You can now, let's see, current clientele are Midland District and Sable Company. We'll add the Heights District to that. Then the other result from the crit success is, I should also put these all in Foundry, that would be nice. You also gain an additional RP with a chosen group. And I have our RP thing here. What was that, the Heights, you said?
Yes.
Oh, yes, Heights. Okay, so you've got 1 RP there. Additionally, I should have also given you, for dealing with that, you get another 2 points with the Corvosan Guard for dealing with Devargo in a nice way. You also gain a point with the Crown. Queen Iliosa is certainly pleased that the city is not going to be under any kind of embargo. You also get, let's see, you get 1 point with the Cerulean Society for coming off nicely with Devargo, and where is Old Corvosa? You gain 2 points in Old Corvosa as they're impressed by your Knivesies game that you've been showing off there. Though it was in costume, I suppose. I'll change that to 1. 1 point with the Old Corvosa residents. So a little bit of RP here and there. Alright. Cool. That was Felix. That's your downtime for the day. Char, what's Regan doing?
I'm gonna either let's see, studying. I was trying to figure out which one was a better use of my time. I could do a summoning demonstration. Ooh, haven't really done that.
Oh yeah, you could certainly try. Also, you learned some spells, didn't you?
Yes, I learned 9 first level spells.
Okay, so that should be 9 more. Or, is that already in here? Did you update that?
I didn't update that.
Okay, you didn't update that, so it's 9 additional spells. So that should be 18. Okay. Maybe you... No, you haven't leveled up since then. Okay, cool. So yeah, you're gonna try the summoning demonstration? Or are you gonna study?
Let's see, Friday's coming up. You know, I'm gonna study because I just made a new friend. I don't want to immediately summon a devil, so I'm gonna do a little studying, I think, for my Friday test.
Academia
lore. Woo.
Okay. It's a crit. Majenko will help you study, so you get a +2.
Huh. Let's see, I have my lore. A +2.
He's surprisingly useful at grabbing books and bringing them to you when you need them, and turning pages if you get too lazy to turn pages.
Good are we at studying? Man.
What was
Not
that? That's
that
a
good at
12.
studying. Yeah.
That would be. Did you add? Was that with the +2? It was not with the +2. So that is a 14.
It wasn't. Oh, whoops. Must not have hit the
Um,
button.
And that was. Okay, I think that was just a regular failure. These would be at your level. Yeah, that'd be a regular failure. So no change. But you spend the day studying. You're sort of catching up on some things. You don't make any progress towards the week's exam, but
Okay.
you're understanding the concepts well enough.
I know all this junk already. This isn't new.
All right. The next day, the 12th. Any plans for today? Oh, sorry. That I should have done Tullios. Tully, anything you're doing that day?
I would be sleeping in a little later to make up for the time overnight, and then, assuming I didn't get any other word, I would go to work. You know, super exciting stuff there.
Okay, yeah, you get the sense that the Corrosion Guard is suddenly very, very busy again.
Okay.
When they had like a couple days of freedom, they now seem to be quite busy, and the Field Marshal, you've barely seen her.
Okay. Then I will also busy myself in assisting however I need to.
Okay. I think you already rolled on the 9th. And you
I
got
believe that's correct.
21.
Last roll, Callista rolled the 9th, yes.
Yep.
The 21.
Right. For a task equal to your level, 21 would have been a success, so you get the money for whatever that level would be. Do we have the earn income chart on this one? No, I don't. Cool. Very cool.
All right, that happens. It's okay.
Easy. And I'll just go grab the earn income chart. Earn income. There is. That's not the table at all.
Trained,
Right,
level
yeah.
3, 5 SP.
Yep, that sounds right. So yep, just five silver.
Cool. Half a gold. All right.
Question is, did I decide that you just keep getting? First time you roll each week, you roll that to earn income. Results used till the next time you just roll. Additional following effects. Okay. Yeah, you just get the money. Yeah. All right. So yeah, you help fight some. There's still fires occasionally. You still need to go out and do some brush clearing, that sort of thing. So it's a pretty typical day for you.
Some people stuck in places that they shouldn't have gotten into in the first place. So.
Yep. All right, and you have a nighttime for Mayhem if you wish.
Yes, we will again. As long as nothing else is calling for us, we will again. I think head to North Point, and yeah, we'll head to North Point and we'll see what we can do to assist there.
All right. Oh, I forgot to tell you from the last time when you caught those, or you managed to scare off those Cerulean thugs. It seemed like it was just routine Cerulean society business. They tell you that they get told where to go and they just go.
Okay, that's
but
probably
they get
better,
it from
actually.
Yeah, they get it from the Guildmaster, not from. They don't even know
DeVargo
who
or
DeVargo
anything
is when you mention him.
Okay, that is probably better, honestly. So we'll stick around North Point though and see if there's any other problems to deal with.
Okay. you're gonna help the citizens again in North Point?
I was gonna say, so can I pick out like my
Yeah, you can
opponents
pick any
or-
of those.
Okay, so
Oh,
I'm
you
just
can't
kind of,
pick the opponents.
I
You
can
can pick
my
the
victim to try.
Yeah,
and
you pick
assist.
who you're helping, and I pick who is the villain in that
So
scenario.
I can assist the Cerulean Society. That's fun.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, I sure can. Let's continue helping the residents.
Okay. All right. So you're helping the residents today.
We will be a vigilante of the people.
Okay. Tonight, you run into a one of these. Wait, did I already have you run into a Hell Knight?
I don't know.
I don't think so. If I did, I forgot. Okay.
We saw one north.
Oh yeah,
we
you
saw
saw one
interact.
around, but
Yeah.
you didn't interact with them. Okay. Tonight you run into a group of they look like relatively poor Varisians. They look very young. Maybe they're pickpockets or something. But there is a Hell Knight there who is pretty pretty aggressive towards them, like way overly aggressive, or something that probably should have just been a warning. He's like bringing out the whip, and threatening to hurt them quite badly. You could try to overpower him with athletics, or defuse the situation with diplomacy, or you can always try something else at a penalty.
I want to try. Let's overpower with athletics. I want to take down the Hell Knight, specifically in front of the children that the Hell Knight is threatening at the moment.
All right. I'm gonna say I should have. You're supposed to pick the level as well.
I will pick the level 3. We'll assume.
Okay, level 3.
Nice.
So
Combat's
DC
not
18
gonna be easy.
athletics.
Okay. Yes. 22.
22 is a success. So let's see what our success was again. Success. You managed to overpower this Hell Knight, dropping in from the shadows just as he's like getting ready to crack the whip at one of these kids, and you basically end up in a bit of a scuffle with him, but you come out victorious. So you gain 1 infamy point, and you gain an RP with the North Point citizens, who are very happy to. These kids are very happy that you've helped them, and the Hell Knights are a little annoyed with you.
Yes, I imagine so. I did just embarrass one of them in front of a bunch of kids.
Yes. So we'll go to -1 on the Hell Knights and 2 points total for the Heights District residents. And that was another +1 and +1. Cool. Alright. Next day. And I'll have a faster version of this soon. Okay. Next day, the 12th. On this day, the buzz is going. The talk all over the university, all over the mouths of the people who are coming in for breakfast this morning, Felix. The buzz all around the Corvosan Guard is that the Queen made an announcement early this morning. She did a big summoning, called people to the castle, the castle courtyard area out in front, and apparently announced that they have found or named the traitor who was the one who killed the king. The name on everyone's mouths is Trinia Sabor. I can spell that out for you. Trinia space Sabor. Trinia Sabor. And the people have been whipped into a fury. You don't know who this. None of the three of you would know who this woman is. seems to be a woman. That's what the queen said. Used she, sounds like a female name. You're not sure. But there are like loud like chants in the streets now. There are mobs walking around, shouting like "Death to Trinia! Death to Trinia! Find the traitor!" It's just kind of across the city. This has started to pick up. Yeah, even just as early as this morning.
Crazy. Does that rumor mill, fueled by all of the people who are walking into and out of the script and scrimshaw, give any details? Like of I'm sure that many things get said repeatedly, but like I think the one that top of my mind would just be how did this person have the access to do this?
Who even is she? Yeah, like what role would she have played that she could get access to the king? Is she an alchemist herself? Does she know poisons, or did she kill him some other way?
That was conveniently fast. After not being able to figure out what was wrong with the king, in one day they found the killer.
Felix, you being the at the bar, you overhear the conversations, and at least according to the Queen's speech this morning, this Trinia Sabor was an artist, a portrait painter who had come to paint the king's portrait some time ago. And yes, not a half month before his death. She was hired, it sounds like, by a chambermaid, or sorry, not chambermaid, chamberlain of King Eodred II. And she spent hours in the private residence with the monarch before he suddenly got ill. And afterwards, she disappeared. And apparently, there's been indication of poison produced perhaps by the oils in the paints. You're not really sure exactly what that's about. It sounds like it was some kind of poisoning that occurred while she was painting his portraits at the private residence. But everyone seems kind of like mixed or confused on exactly what that is. It's just it seems like everyone thinks it's just this painter who has poisoned the king, and that's kind of all the real details you're able to get out of it.
Okay. At least it forms a plausible story. I don't know how much I believe it. Like, yeah, you could totally have poison hidden inside of a paint. But, like, are you going to stage a pratfall every single time to be like, oh no, I'm covered in paint and falling on you? Like, I understand why others are confused. I'm equally confused.
Perhaps it wasn't a contact-based poison. It was some sort of an inhalation and having different paints, and then the mixture of the different paints caused a poisoning effect. I'm completely making that up. I don't know how poisons work. I don't know if that's possible. But if I guess what I should say is that if the Queen is saying that this is the person, I would at least give them, we should hear out the evidence against her and do as the Queen commands in the meantime.
How are you talking right now? Did you all go to the bar?
We're psychically speaking.
We're
actually.
I just think we're all talking in our own heads, in our own spaces, because Regan.
As part of this conversation.
Sure. Yeah. What's Regan up to?
Regan is thinking there wasn't a poisoning. They stole the king's soul and put it into the painting. Yeah. I'm gonna take it to its most insincere conclusion. Dorian Gray painting.
That's a ritual.
That must have been
Portrait of spite.
I read about this once in a book.
Is this actually a thing?
Yeah. Portrait of Spite
Portrait
is
of
a ritual.
Spite.
It requires a pint of the target's blood that is used as part of painting the portrait.
Oh wait, is this real in the game?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
this is a Pathfinder ritual.
I
Yeah.
didn't know. I was just I was just
Yeah.
going off of the Dorian Gray thing where he puts
I mean,
his soul in the
surely
paint.
it's 100% inspired by Dorian Gray, but still, just
I'm so much happier now that that's real. I was just like, this sounds insane. I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah, Portrait of Spite. I think it came out in Secrets of Magic, the book.
Dark Archive.
Oh, Dark Archive. Okay.
Or Secrets of Magic. It's one of the other.
It's one of the two.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
anyways,
This is
how are you guys
evil.
talking? Are you just relaying through
think-
Zalara?
Oh, this
currently?
is just in my head.
Oh,
This
okay,
is
so
in
you haven't
Regan's
shared
head.
this.
Yeah,
I
I have
would
not shared
have
this.
gone at some point to the bar and been chatting with Felix, and kind of gossiping a little bit to at least find out what's going on, because the guards are, I imagine, swamped tracking this person down. Now there's an official name out there for us to track at all. So
Yes.
this
This is actually it's actually a bit of a mess for the guard. While you were there this morning, they are just kind of running around because this is suddenly the announcement of
means the
a
whole city's now
name.
doing this.
Yeah, it means the whole city's
Yikes.
now doing this. Now the suspect knows that
Knows.
people are searching for
That's right,
them,
yeah.
and it's a huge mess, and it's just made their job way harder suddenly.
That's frustrating, yeah. So I'm gathering information, quote unquote, by going to a nearby bar and gathering information with Felix.
All right, so yeah, you're
You are more than
By-
welcome, and I share all of the rumors that I've collected throughout, like listening to the breakfast crowd.
Brand.
So yeah, by like 9:30 or so in the morning, you're both there, chatting. You're overhearing other conversations about this, so you both get the gist of this.
Regan, though, she's busy doing this on herself.
Yes, I am so happy. Look at that. Look at this book I have. There's a book, issue number 274, talks all about this as well. I have so much literature. She's excited. This is exciting. Ooh.
Yeah,
but she
Majenko
otherwise doesn't
brings you
contact anyone.
Majenko brings you the book on Portrait of Spite.
Yeah. She reads it. She's like, oh. What if it's this one? I mean, because I was just reading Portrait of Spite as well. I'm like, maybe it was a really intense one because this one doesn't seem too intense. But oh
yeah,
man,
there
maybe
are
it's
definitely
really
variants
high.
of it,
Spellcaster.
and there's
Oh.
there's lots of variants of spells. They don't all happen exactly like they might be depicted in the rules.
This is probably why he looked so horrible because it just makes you look terrible, feel terrible. I'm now convinced. As a player, very pleased that this is a spell and I didn't just make something up. Yes.
Vindicated. Well, while you're the two of you are gossiping at the bar, a messenger comes to the door of the Script and Scrimshaw, clearly also from the Corvosan Guard. Hail, is a Felix Milos here?
Over here in the back.
Ah, I have a message for you. And he kind of trots his way over to you. I believe you're friends with the commander, right? The field marshal?
I've been kind enough to get to know them once or twice. What message do you have for me?
She requests your presence as soon as possible. Says that she's got a task that she'd like you to look into. I'm afraid she wasn't able to give me any of the details, but she said that you might know what it is when I came.
Understood. Where are we going?
She'd like to speak with you back at the Citadel, if you wouldn't mind. She said she'll be at her office around noon.
Okay, then. I'll make my way there to meet her at noon. You find Felix in a minor, pile of paperwork between the paperwork to run the bar and what notes have been taken from the morning's rumor mongering. So it takes a minute to get all of this in some kind of order so we can leave the place.
Right. Well, have a good day, sir. And he'll
Thank you.
jog out, and you see him hop on his horse and ride off.
Well, will you need an escort for that?
You should definitely come along. I feel like the day is just going to get more interesting.
Should we ask Zalara to let Regan know, or just assume that they're going to send a messenger to the university as well?
That's a good idea. You should at least ask Zalara to give Regan a heads up, so that she at least has an easier time getting ready.
I will step into a back room to ask Zalara to do that rather than doing it here in the main. Might be a little bit uncomfortable otherwise.
Yes, I already overheard. I'll let her know right away. I think
thank
she's
you, Zalara.
studying right now.
Of course.
Oh,
If
yes,
we weren't
I'm
interrupting her
studying.
studying, how else would we know something
Does
important
this
was happening?
count? Studying.
She doesn't know
This is
exactly what you're
necromancy.
doing.
This is necromancy. Come on.
Cursed.
It's not real studying.
Yeah.
It's alternate studying. It's not on the test.
It's extra credit.
But yeah, shortly you get a Miss Regan, your compatriots have been summoned by the field marshal. They were hoping that you'd join them.
Oh my god, I'll get my things right away. This has to be about the murder. She starts just picking up a bunch of stuff.
Seems so.
Be like, oh my god, I have to go. I have to go right now.
All right.
Quick.
You
Are
pack up your-
Majenko and Zalara aware of one another, or did they just get to meet in that moment?
This is like a mental message. Zalar doesn't always physically appear every time you.
Yeah.
Aw.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Okay. So you put your things away and head towards the bar to meet up with the others. And then around noon, you make your way as a
Make our
group.
way.
Back to the Citadel.
How is the city acting by this time? Imagine the news breaks in the early morning, and the last time something big happened in this city, it pretty much did try to burn itself down.
Yeah, things have quieted just a tad. There aren't as many, you're not hearing as much noise on the street. But there are still roving groups of people shouting for justice, that justice be dealt. Mainly near the big squares. So when you walk by Entrance Square, that's where a bunch of people are congregating, whispering to each other. There's people at least don't seem scared like they have been for the last week or so. The tension in the atmosphere has changed to a kind of shared anger. It's almost reinvigorating, but in a kind of weird way. It doesn't feel comfortable. No one's setting things on fire, at least. At least not yet. But yeah, that's sort of the vague situation as you make your way to the Citadel. And as you round the stairs and make your way into the Field Marshal's office, there you all are. Thank goodness you were able to come. Oh, good, and
Couldarn as well. I'm glad you were able to join them.
I was having breakfast and convenient timing, so.
Very convenient. And good to see that you were able to make it as well, Miss Regan.
Yes.
Well, I'm sure you know what we're about to talk about.
She says as she sets down her quill and pushes aside some papers.
We finally have a new American Idol.
What's American?
Arcadian?
Well, as her lips part to begin her next sentence, I think that is probably a good time
Yeah.
to end for the evening.
I'll be thinking about it all week.
Well done. Also, you level up. You're level 4. Yay!
Yay!
You made it.
I get the fun
Yay,
stuff.
we didn't die.
Do I get the fun stuff? Do I get the fun stuff? Yeah, comic grab's kind of fun.
There's some fun stuff. This is a class feat level, I think.
It is.
So yeah, in between this session and next one, level up. For spellcasters, assume that you had your spells known at the start of the day, so you can prepare stuff as if you knew that you had leveled up. And otherwise, yeah. Thanks for joining us again. See you next time, folks. Why are you still here? Leave. Go. Bye.